Hi, I'm Zeke Antonio. I'm from Malawi, and I'm here to study foundation in mechanical engineering. First question. How often do you travel for leisure, and do you typically travel alone, with family, or with friends? Usually I travel alone. Recently I haven't gotten the chance to, and not quite often. I would say since I got here, for about 4 months, I've only traveled about 3 or 4 times. About 4. Next question. What devices do you prefer to use when you're planning and during traveling? Smartphone, tablets, or laptop? When I'm actually booking or planning a trip or traveling, I end up using my phone primarily because it's small, easy to carry, and I have access to my documents at all times. That's very important when traveling because you never know when you're just going to randomly need your documents, whether you're dealing with immigration, whether you're lost, whether you need to find something. But while I'm actually traveling, I never go anywhere without my Kindle. You know, it's a digital library that has all of my books, that has novels, personal books, and stuff like that to keep me entertained while I'm flying, or while I'm on a train, or while I'm in the plane. The next question is, what are your favorite travel sites or apps, and what makes them stand out to you? My favorite travel website so far is trip.com. It's an easy access website that also has an application that helps you book flights, whether it's to foreign countries or whether it's within the same country. That also offers to show you travel plans, tourist locations, restaurants close by to try, a whole itinerary of different things you should do. Favorite other things that aren't to travel would be Move It. That's a mobile app that lets you know how to use different buses, trains, or any locations on how to get around. Think about the last time you traveled, used a tourism website on your phone or mobile device. What were you trying to do, and how was the experience? The last time I tried to travel using my phone, the experience was fast when I was booking. That was quick, it was easy, it was very enjoyable because it was just, I whipped it out and then I just put in my location and then I just tried to go where I was supposed to. I was booking a trip all the way to Langkawi, which is a different island. But at the same time, it was one of the most difficult things I had to deal with because I had to keep my phone at a high percentage all the time. Otherwise, I would have zero access to any of my travel locations, documents, or my flight ticket, which would have left me stranded inside of the airport for no reason. I keep trying to find a better way, which is why if I book something on my phone, I make sure to have a copy of it on my laptop as well, or any other device I can carry with me. The next question, number 5, is what are your biggest frustrations when using tourism websites on your mobile device? Some of the things that annoy me the most is how many ads start to show once you start trying to book it. Before, when I was actually booking, there were no problem, they were easy to cancel. But then when you do get to the airport and you have to do something like show your ticket, when you keep having to cancel them, it can get frustrating and really annoying as you go. Number 6 is, how do you handle situations where you need travel information but do not have internet access? So far that hasn't happened to me personally, because whenever I do decide to go travel, I make sure to have a copy of all of my necessary documents and items in my phone without internet, like downloaded so that it's on it offline. But if it did happen to me, I'd say, like, don't panic, ask for help, the locals there, hopefully they're all very friendly. If they're not, go to your closest convenience store, whether it's like a 7-Eleven, whether it's like a random market or something, and ask for any form of data, maybe a hotspot, maybe any Wi-Fi, maybe any, or buy like a small SIM and then buy some internet access for just a little bit while you try to collect all of your documents as a whole, just so that you aren't stranded in a foreign place or country, because it gets difficult to escape. The next question is number 7. Have you ever switched from mobile to desktop while traveling, and what promoted the switch? Yes, I did, but it wasn't really all that difficult. It was my phone had died and I was in a different district, and I had to access some of my flight documents. It was when I was coming here to Malaysia in the transit between Addis Ababa and here. I had to ask for a USB code, like a USB cord, but nobody had any access to it at the in that moment. But a friend did have a laptop, and I logged into my email address there so that I can show my flight pass, because I had it all online. I didn't have any of the physical copies until then, because I didn't print anything until then. Of course, I had like my flight ticket and everything that was important in order to come, but I mean documents for when I got here. I didn't print out stuff like my evaluation or stuff like my student pass or my letter of acceptance. All I had on me was my flight ticket, so I needed the rest for when I landed here in order to get past immigration. So I ended up borrowing a friend's laptop in order to show them all of the appropriate documents. Oh, actually, the next part is to open a website and go through it with you. Ooh, this website looks kind of nice, actually. Let's take a look. Horseback riding. Ooh, off-road trips. This winter tour actually looks so fly. The winter tour around Kyrgyzstan? Winter tour. I think I'm gonna look through this one and try to book it. There are a lot of activities, something like winter adventures, camping, backcountry skiing. Ooh, it's only accessible in like snowy season. Let's see, somewhere around December. That would be the best time to go through any of the one-day trip. Wildlife center. Whoa, wait. I think I'm going to be free around December, and I really want to go for the winter tour. So just enter my information at the top. I just enter my information at the top, such as the winter tour, around the time I want to go to and where I want to go, and then I click find. It should bring me to different ski resorts, and it's found me different sites where I can go and book the ticket, or where I can go book the flight plan to go to, which is actually kind of useful. This gives me a lot. It kind of saved me a little bit and made sure that I can book it way easier. I just need to input my main contact info, such as my name, my email, and my message, in order to like send out, so that they know how to help me or contact me. They leave their contact info at the bottom in case I need any extra help. I find that mad useful. And then from here, I think I'm gonna go to the next section that has a few more questions, and then I get to leave. Let's see. The next part is section 4. What are the three most important features you would want in a tourism application? In a tourism application, 3 most important. I feel like number 1, of course, it has to be the travel plan, as in I need to know how I'm going to get there, what time I'm going to get there. Am I going to have any transitions from public transport to private transport? Do I need to take a cab anywhere or a taxi, or do I need to take a bus or a train, or what planes do I need to move past? I feel like that's the first feature I wanted to have, because I'll be in a foreign place, either a foreign city or a foreign country, and I won't be able to know my way around. The second feature, I would love it if it had like tourism spots, fun things to do near you. Maybe when I'm bored or when I'm moving around, just something to see, something to do. And the third, I would like it if it had something like, I don't know, something where I can keep my documentation, where it shows me like where it keeps all of like my flight tickets, my plane tickets, or my train tickets, bus tickets, anything that has important documents. I would like it if it had a section to keep that. Oh, and maybe also just like a little piece on top, I would like it if it had like restaurants close by or stuff to eat, just in case I get hungry and I don't know where to go because it's a completely new country or a completely new city or state. Number 10 is, what specific information would you need to access offline when you're traveling? When you're traveling, I feel like everything should be accessed online because everything should be accessible. Wait, no, actually, I would say that you need to keep your important documents, such as your medical documents and your flight ticket or passport. Those are like physical copies or downloaded offline on your phone. Just in case you don't have access to the internet, those are things that you need to show immigrations or any police officer or anyone if you need help. I feel like those are some of the things that need to be saved offline, just in case you don't have access to the internet. And for the final question, let's see. Would you prefer a simple app with basic information or a complex app with more features but requires more storage space? Depends. I would say I would want one that has more features and more storage space, because when I'm making the trip, I want something that's really enjoyable and has the most amount of information on the place that I'm going to. Maybe the location, maybe the things I'm going to do, maybe all of my documents. I'd rather it have as much information as I can, just in case I need it, rather than if it had barely anything but took up less space. And also, right after the trip, I could always just delete the application. So for the trip itself, I would like it if the application was larger. And if it's smaller, I won't get the same amount of information. If it's smaller, I feel like you're at risk of being lied to more, or of having less fun or stressing more, because you won't know exactly where to go or what to do, because it doesn't have as much information as the other application does. Just in general, I would prefer the app that has more storage. That takes up more storage space, but more information. Because always after the trip, when I'm back home, I could delete the application. Is there anything? Number 12. Is there anything else about mobile tourism websites or application that you'd like to share? Yes, there's actually a few. Your websites need to, if you're actually going to take seriously, be careful, because some websites are unreliable and could scam you. So make sure it's verified or make sure it's trusted. Also, I feel like tourism websites need to have less advertisements on them, unless it's advertisements related to travel, because it gets really convenient when you're trying to book something, but the page you're using keeps on having applications pop up, or random video game advertisements, or random anything type of advertisements. It interrupts the process of you trying to book the flight. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your interview.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Bye, guys.